Angelique Kaylin had a promising future. She was studying paralegal at Robert Morris University and hoped to one day be a lawyer. Kaylin's dream of becoming a model was also in motion when someone suddenly took her life.
I love you!
A father's scream of pain and hurt for the daughter he lost.
Miss you. You hear me? I'm gonna miss you!
Brother to death. Where's he?
Now I am found.
At Evanston's Elks Park, family and friends of Kaylin Pryor recently came together for a vigil in her honor.
Kaylin always knew where the free food was.
Kaylin was leaving her grandmother's house on November 2nd in the city's Inglewood neighborhood when police say she was fatally shot while standing at a bus stop.
She always wanted to be a lawyer, and she could have been one.
Kaylin was one day away from signing a modeling contract. She won the Mario Ciccocci Make Me a Model contest in September.
I don't understand the logic behind taking someone's life that never did anything to you. Kaylin never did anything to anyone.
The reward for finding Kaylin's killer stands at $10,000. Anyone with any information is urged to contact Chicago Police Department.
All Kaylin wanted to do was eat, dance, and live life. Kaylin never did anything.
Loved ones say they won't rest until her killer is brought to justice.
I hope he turned himself in, because it only makes it worse.
Kaylin, you a star! You made it! You a star!
A friend of Kaylin's also at the bus stop was wounded. The 15-year-old boy is still recovering. Police say they don't have any leads. Her funeral was held November 14th. Back to you. With apps, social media, and the internet at the palm of our hands, it appears that pornographic magazines are a thing of the past. Playboy is doing something it's never done since the magazine started in the 50s. It's covering up the women who appear on its pages.
Playboy, a magazine that took part in the sexual revolution, is getting a facelift. The biggest change? No more nude photos.
The world has moved on in terms of what is considered risque, and Playboy has not.
Playboy will still continue to publish sexy, seductive photos and include the iconic Playmates, but the magazine is putting more emphasis on the stories and interviews.
Playboy does have some good readings.
What Playboy does now can be seen almost in any underwear ad.
The magazine says that for the past year, Playboy has a 400% increase online since making the changes to the website.
Looking at Playboy specifically, like a lot of people, it's like their intro to, their own kind of like sexuality and interests, and that's valuable in a culture. We don't want to get things backwards, and the internet is definitely not the place to learn about those things.
Playboy, it seems to me, had to make a decision, either to go to hardcore, really porn direction, or to stay a magazine for men who like to read.
Playboy already made changes to the website last year. Web traffic is receiving 12 million more users a month.
The answer to the question probably isn't that the nudes need to leave. I mean, I'm sure there are things that we could change about the way that we're presenting, nude photographs and stuff, and social media has a lot to do with that.
Playboy says the magazine will continue to stay true to the core values with the new vision of the magazine. More details on the changes will be announced in the upcoming months. You can expect to see the new Playboy in March of next year.
Inside St. Sabina Church, current and former gang members were shooting threes instead of shooting guns. Former NBA player Sonny Parker stopped by and encourages the men to never give up on a dream.
You can't be a positive influence in society.
I can't hear you!
This is the fourth year Father Michael Flager has held the tournament. The idea is for rival gang members to create bonds instead of beefing, also giving them outside resources for jobs and education.
How can we help you? What can we help you with? What can we tell you about? Because at the end of the day, nobody can ever care about you more than yourself.
Organizations founder Chicago Bulls Joakim Noah wasn't able to attend, but his mother took his spot.
And it doesn't matter if you're white or black, or there's kids killing kids. It's something that concerns everybody.
8 years ago, Anant Nance Holt's son was shot and killed on a CTA bus. He was protecting a friend. She showed up with her support group, Purpose Over Pain, which is made up of parents of gun victims. Holt says bringing the men together like this helps alter personalities.
If you leave them separate, then they continue to have these beefs with each other. But now maybe when they see each other on the street, they'll be like brothers for real, because they're on the basketball court as brothers.
With past and present NBA players coming together, it's putting actions behind their words of helping the city. Now hopefully the kids can go back to their communities and do something positive. Reporting for Metro Minutes, I'm Tanya Motorzitsky.
Putting in a 2-week notice seems to be the professional thing to do, but that may not always happen. Let's take a look at what some say you should not do when trying to quit your job.
Crash into your boss's car and leave a note on the windshield saying we're done.
My manager and me were like texting, and pretty much we just kind of ended it over text message.
Probably the worst way to quit your job is to probably maybe go off on your boss. Maybe smack your boss, throw his stuff on the floor, or something like that. And
end up on the internet somehow.
Right. End up on YouTube or something like that.
Probably just leaving and not giving any notice, like your 2-week notice that you don't want to do the job anymore. I feel like that's just courteous to give a 2-week notice. Yeah, or just not showing up for your next scheduled shifts.
Is to not put in a 2 weeks notice and to just quit.
What's the worst way you quit a job?
That was the worst way.
So, the next time you're trying to quit a job, do not text your boss or end up being the next viral sensation. I'm Tanya Motorzitsky, and that is this week's Bad Advice 101. Derrick Rose is on the sidelines again. We'll take a look at the star's injury-prone history, and saggy pants may soon be against the law in one Indiana community. Injury woes continue for the Chicago Bulls star player. For the last couple of seasons, Chicago Bulls guard Derrick Rose has been known for being injury-prone. This season has already gotten off to a rocky start with yet another injury under his belt. Reporter Jeremy Jara has more on this story. Jeremy? Hey Twitter users, you may be seeing some changes to the social media platform now that there is a new CEO. Jack Dorsey, who is also the CEO of Square, a mobile payment startup that he created, actually became CEO 3 months ago. However, the announcement was recently shared with the public. Dorsey shared on his personal Twitter account that Twitter stands for freedom of expression and empowering dialogue. Thanks, Michael. Listen up, fall lovers and movie buffs. It's the beginning of the month, so that means your favorite go-to streaming sites release their October playlists. Whether you stream with Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, or HBO, you are sure to find that perfect scary Halloween movie. Whole Foods Market announced that it will lay off 1,500 people as a part of an effort to lower prices. Laid-off employees can apply for open positions at other Whole Foods stores if they wish. The company will make up some of the salary difference if they land a lower-paying job. Employees who choose to accept their layoffs will be severance pay. Employees will also receive an extra payout of 8 weeks' salary if they agree not to reapply at Whole Foods for 6 months. Coming up next, our reporter will show you what new fashion trends can be seen here at Columbia. The IRS scam hitting hard this tax season, plus new technology on how to stay safe. I'm Tanya Motorzitsky with a warning to puppy lovers when purchasing a pet from the pet store. The I-Team has what to look out for next. We've all heard the saying, how much is that dog in the window? Well, before you buy, this group has a message you'll want to hear.
So basically what we do is we basically feed the chickens, clean up after the chickens, and if we find eggs, we bring them to the office.
That they cool and they just they're different because they're not no one having school. This is different.
Some of these kids don't have pets at home, and so this is just a great way to help them learn how to take care of an animal.
It made me more responsible. Because then after that, I stopped losing things. My room was clean. I do chores around the house.
When we started this, I didn't know anything about chickens unless they make eggs. That's about it. And then I started to know more and more and more, and then that's how my knowledge.
They hold us more responsible for more things. They say, since you clean up after chickens, you clean up after yourselves and everything, stuff like that.
When we try to put the chickens away, they flap their wings and then we try to get away, and then we get slapped in the face with the wings. They go do 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 do.
Yeah, we do get slapped a lot, and surprisingly they do hurt.
Why you scared, bro? You making it worse.
Yeah, it's all fun. Like they never tried to peck us. They never try to peck anybody but each other. So